The engine of an industry is changing its fuel. The roar of combustion is giving way to a new kind of thunder, silent, instant, electric. This video is about the cars that will define America's roads in the next 5 years. Machines built not just to move people, but to rewrite what a car can do, how it performs, how it charges, how it thinks. We're talking about vehicles that will arrive in driveways this decade and force everyone, from legacy automakers to charging networks to lawmakers, to catch up. First, what upcoming really means in 2025. It no longer means concept sketches and promises. It means real production lines ramping up, order books opening, and first deliveries landing in customers' hands. And because the market is fragile, incentives changed, supply chains still finding balance, every new launch now matters more than ever. Automakers can't just make headlines, they must make dependable, sellable products. That tension, hype versus delivery, is the backdrop to every car we cover. We start with a car that has become a symbol for the moment, Tesla's long-promised Roadster. Tesla promises astonishing numbers, a sub-2-second sprint to 60 miles per hour, a top speed north of 250 miles per hour, and a battery pack so big it promises a range in the 600-mile class. If those numbers hold in the real world, the Roadster won't just beat supercars in a drag race. It will change the math of performance and endurance. Tesla's product page and industry coverage list the headline figures and the tri-motor layout that underpins them. They're bold, and they set the tone for everything that follows. Now, imagine taking that kind of performance and stretching it into family life. A 3-row SUV with real range, 5 seats or 7, and the kind of interior that could replace the living room on a road trip. That's the pitch from Lucid and its Gravity SUV. Lucid built its reputation on the Air, a sedan that emphasized efficiency and range. And Gravity is their big, practical, premium answer to the American SUV market. Orders are open. The company is staging deliveries late in 2025, and the numbers being quoted, high-capacity battery packs and EPA-shaping ranges, show Lucid is trying to win where volume, not exclusivity, matters. If Gravity hits numbers close to those being publicized, it will be the most consequential American luxury EV launch of the year. But different kind of American ambition is coming from Rivian. After proving the market can want electric trucks and adventure SUVs, Rivian is moving down market with the R2, a mid-size, more affordable SUV designed to expand Rivian's reach. The R2 is slated for production in 2026, and it's engineered to be cheaper, lighter, and easier to live with daily than its bigger R1 siblings. For many buyers, an R2 will be the first Rivian they consider, and early pricing targets around the mid-40K mark make it a direct competitor to mainstream EV crossovers. Rivian's move is strategic. Convert the curious into full-time EV owners and scale the charging and service footprint along with them. Then there's the off-road soul of America going electric, Jeep Recon. The Recon is Jeep's electric answer to the Wrangler spirit. Removable doors, rugged geometry, and hardware designed for trails. Jeep has tied the Recon's production and delivery schedule to late 2025-2026. Positioning it as an EV for the outdoorsy homeowner who still wants a vehicle that can crawl rocks and cross streams. In a country that loves trucks and open landscapes, a credible electric Wrangler cousin could change EV adoption in suburban and rural markets. If Jeep holds quality and capability at a price buyers accept. And for those who live and work with trucks, the next generation of electric pickups is finally arriving. GMC's Sierra EV, especially the Denali and AT4 configurations, is a direct challenge to the pickup market's expectations. High towing numbers, new utility features like crab-walk four-wheel steering for diagonal movement, and battery packs that promise useful, real-world ranges. GMC has leaned into the idea that electric trucks should do more than haul. They should solve worksite problems and offer genuinely new capabilities. That's why features like four-wheel steering or powerful onboard power delivery matter. They're not gimmicks. They are tools. GMC's Sierra EV program is live and being positioned for mainstream truck buyers in 2025 to 2026. Those are the headline players. But beneath them is a pattern: better battery chemistry, modular platforms, 800-volt electrical architectures that cut charging times from hours to minutes, and a retail pipeline where software updates matter as much as the paint color. The industry is chasing three truths at once: more range, faster charging, and lower cost. Every automaker's new model promises to balance those three. Some will succeed, many will learn. So let's go deeper, model by model, with the kind of specifics you need for a serious documentary. Tesla Roadster 2025, the performance thesis. The Roadster is a message more than a car. It's Tesla saying electric vehicles can be the apex of performance, faster than combustion at launch, more efficient over distance, and potentially less costly per usable mile. Tesla's specs are extreme. Tri-motor AWD, a 200 kilowatt-hour battery spec repeatedly cited across industry coverage, and blistering 0 to 60 and quarter-mile claims. The engineering questions are enormous. How will thermal management cope when you ask a battery to deliver F1-like power repeatedly? How will tires, brakes, and cooling cope with quarter-mile runs over and over? Will the SpaceX-adjacent thruster package ever move from demonstration to DOT-approved reality? These are the engineering cliffs Tesla must climb before the headlines become driver-level reality. Use the Roadster to talk about torque delivery, battery C rates, and the difference between headline claims and customer experience. Lucid Gravity, luxury, range, and family utility. Lucid has been the brand that quietly pushed range numbers into new territory. With Gravity, it's attempting to show the American family that electric luxury doesn't have to cut the day's itinerary short. Lucid's production intent, trim strategy, and range targets position Gravity as a premium, long-distance family hauler. Think a luxury EV that can actually replace V8-powered big SUVs on long road trips. The real story is supply chain and scale. Lucid must ramp battery production, validate software, and deliver quality at volumes far higher than its sedan launch. If Gravity arrives on time and with the range and towing the company touts, it could be the first EV many families consider without range anxiety. Rivian R2, growth through accessibility. Rivian's first chapter was about premium adventure, expensive, capable, and characterful. The R2 is the growth chapter, a lower price, smaller footprint, and an architecture designed to be buildable at scale mean Rivian is aiming for the mainstream. The R2 is also a test of charging and dealer networks. Can Rivian expand service and charging fast enough to support a broader customer base? Rivian's move is also strategic for partnerships and supply. More affordable models require cost efficiencies in cell chemistry and manufacturing. And if Rivian nails that, it could be a defining brand for American EVs in the second half of the decade. Jeep Recon, electrifying the trail. An electric Wrangler sibling is the perfect symbolic story for the US market. Capability married to sustainability. Recon will be judged not by how fast it goes down the interstate, but how well it traverses a river crossing, or how serviceable it is on a long trail. EVs have advantages for off-roaders: instant torque at low speeds, fewer mechanical parts to fail. But they also have new vulnerabilities: battery placement, underbody protection, and the need to recharge far from a wall outlet. The Recon's success will be measured in real-world capability, upfit options, and whether Jeep keeps the rugged spirit while offering modern EV convenience. GMC Sierra EV, the work truck reimagined. Electric pickups will win America only when they prove they can work. That's where the Sierra EV's toolkit, large payload and towing capacities, intelligent suspension, and the very practical crab walk four-wheel steering matters. These are not novelty features. They are solutions for tight job sites, loading docks, and congested urban streets. For fleets and contractors, long-range batteries and reliable charging matter more than a 100-mile sprint. GMC wants to sell the Sierra EV as a truck that augments capability. And if customers find that EVs can be both a daily driver and a dependable work tool, adoption will accelerate through commercial fleets, which is where volume lives. Ford Mustang GTD, a reminder that the ICE era isn't dead yet. Not every important new car in the US is electric. Ford's Mustang GTD is a modern, track-bred expression of American muscle and shows automakers are still investing in combustion performance where demand exists. The GTD takes race car tech and makes it street legal. Carbon components, targeted weight distribution, and race-grade suspension. It's an expensive niche halo car, but it matters. It proves that manufacturers can and will build both electric and extreme combustion cars in parallel for years to come. Use the GTD to illustrate the industry's bifurcation: electric for the mass market, gasoline for boutique performance niches. What this means for buyers. Practical takeaways. If you're shopping in the next 2 years, here's what matters. Don't believe the press release verbatim. Test range and charge behavior in the real world. Real-world range is always lower than WLTP or manufacturer claims when you push the car hard, use climate control, or tow. Look at charging ecosystems. Tesla still leads in supercharger coverage, but NACS adoption and third-party networks are reshaping charging choices. New buyers must plan where they will charge for long trips and how fast they need to be back on the road. Consider total cost of ownership. Electric pickups and SUVs often have higher upfront prices, but lower fueling and maintenance costs. For fleet buyers, that equation tilts faster toward EVs. Resale and software. Cars that get meaningful software updates retain relevance longer. Tesla and Lucid push OTA updates. Others are catching up. Industry risks and the big picture. Not everything announced sees smooth delivery. Automakers are rethinking strategy. Some brands are slowing EV rollouts due to market and policy shifts, and incentives have changed in 2025, which affects buyer economics. Production ramp issues, battery supply bottlenecks, and shifting regulatory landscapes can delay or reshape launches. That's the reality behind the headlines. A car arriving late with fewer options is still better than a promised revolution that never ships. But the difference matters for buyers and investors alike. This tension is already playing out across the industry. Some makers are pausing projects or delaying expansions as markets evolve. Final act: why the US market matters. America is the battleground for scale. The US is where pickup loyalty, road trip culture, and city congestion meet, and where an EV that can tow, charge fast, and be affordable will win big. The cars we discussed, from raw performance, Roadster, to family utility, Gravity, mass accessibility, R2, trail capability, Recon, and workhorse practicality, Sierra EV, are chess moves by automakers jockeying for position. The winner won't be a single car. It will be a company that pairs product, price, service, and charging into a package Americans trust. We're living through a transition that looks a lot like other technological revolutions. Early spectacle, overpromises, a shakeout, and then steady, practical progress. If you're excited about cars, this is the most interesting decade in living memory. Which upcoming US car are you watching closest? The hyper-fast promise of the Roadster? The family ambition of Gravity? Rivian's lower-cost R2? Jeep's electric Recon? Or GMC's work-ready Sierra EV? Tell us which one you'd test drive first, and why.